fleeting moments. My topic is He Kept Me Alive. And my point of scripture is Matthew chapter 2. Jesus was born in the town of Bethlehem in Judea. During this time when Herod was king, soon afterwards, some men who studied the stars came from the east to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the baby born to be of the King of the Jews? We saw his star when it came up in the east, and we have to come worship him." When King Herod heard about this, he was very upset, and so was everyone else in Jerusalem. He called together all the chief priests and the teachers of the law and asked them, "Where will the Messiah be born?" "In the town of Bethlehem in Judea," they answered, "for this is what the prophet wrote. Bethlehem in the land of Judah, you are by no means the least of the leading cities of Judah. For from you will come a leader who will guide my people Israel." So Herod called to the visitors from the east and to a secret meeting and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. Then he sent to them to Bethlehem with these instructions: "Go and make careful search for the child. And when you find him, let me know so that I may go and worship with him." And so they left, and on their way they saw the same star that they had seen in the east. And when they saw it, how happy they were. What joy was theirs. It went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. They went into the house, and when they saw the child with his mother Mary, they knelt down and worshipped him. They brought out the gifts of gold and presented it to him. Then they returned to their country by another road, since God had warned them in the dream not to head back to Herod. After they had left, an angel of the Lord appeared to a dream to Joseph and said, "Herod will be looking for the child in order to kill him. So get up, take the child and the mother, and escape to Egypt, and stay there until I tell you to leave." Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and left during the night of Egypt, where he stayed until Herod died. This was done to make come true what the Lord had said through the prophet, "I called my son out of Egypt." When Herod realized that the visitors from the east had tricked him, he was furious. He gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its neighborhood who were 2 years old and younger. This was done in accordance with what he had learned from the visitors about the time the star had appeared. In this way, what the prophet Jeremiah had said came true. "A sound is heard in Ramah, and sound of bitter weeping. Rachel is crying for her children. She refuses to be comforted, for they are dead." After Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go back to the land of Israel, because those who tried to kill you are dead." So Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and went back to Israel. But when Joseph heard that Archelaus had succeeded his father Herod as king of Judea, he was afraid to go there. He was given more instructions in a dream, so he went to the province of Galilee and made his home in a town named Nazareth. And so what the prophets had said came true: he will be called a Nazarene. To give you an overview in this chapter, we see that Jesus is born and people are beginning to talk about it. King Herod heard the news and presented himself as wanting to worship with the child, when what he truly wanted was to kill the Son of God. He sent people to find the newly born child, and when they found him, they knelt and worshipped him. God had warned the visitors from the east not to return to Herod. After the men left, an angel appeared to Joseph and told him that Herod would be looking to kill the Son of God, and that he needed to escape to Egypt with the child and mother and stay there until he tells them to leave. They left in the night and escaped to Egypt and stayed until the king of Herod. Let me just tell something, that when God gives you instruction, you must be obedient. The point I'm trying to make to you today is that God has given you a purpose from birth. The enemy recognizes this purpose and will do anything to kill that purpose, even if it means killing all the boys in Bethlehem. You've had some friends in your corner that may have told you, "Man, you don't need to take that shot." It wasn't them being a bad friend. It was God protecting you from losing control of the car while you're driving home. You had some friends tell you to stop smoking weed, and it wasn't them being all up in your business, but it was God trying to keep you from losing your mind. Let me get personal. I had my job tell me that, "Vincent, we need you to go to Blackfield, Arkansas." I'm pretty sure none of you have never even heard of this place. It's an area where theft, robbery, and murder are normal. I asked God, why am I here, God? Why here? I had dealt with being near the shooting in Uvalde, Texas on my last project. So why am I being put in a place where there is so much going on? As I was praying in my prayer closet, God rested in my spirit. Trust me. Turn to your neighbor and say, trust me. Trust me. I've been attending Pastor Andrew Singleton's church while being in Memphis and while being on this project, and he texted me and said, man, the Lord spoke to me just about you. He said he's looking for something. Tell him he's going to find it. He told me that God is on my side and he's working it out where you're walking right into what's for you, both naturally and spiritually. I'm telling you all this because this was my confirmation that by me putting my trust in God, he's going to do it. If I'm here, I'm going to tell you all today that what you've been praying for is getting ready to break loose. But all you have to do is say, God, I trust you. God, you've been praying all year long, but nothing's been changing. But I came to tell you today that if all you do is say, God, I trust you, it'll begin to break. It'll begin to turn around because God just says, I need your obedience. I need your obedience so that I can bless you. I can't bless you if you're out here doing what you want to do. I can't bless you if you don't have a right mind. I can't bless you if you're not listening to me. So if you would just listen to me, I'm right here. We have to be willing to walk through some things that we may not see the other side of, but obedience is better than sacrifice. I came to tell you today that the world can't offer you what God has set up for you. And I wish I had a church that would agree with me today, because if you believe in the word of God, if you believe in God's true power, you would be on your feet praising God right now, not for presence today, but because God woke you up. I'm talking to myself. It amazes me how much we go to God and ask him, God, deliver me. God, save me. God, keep me in my right mind. But what are you doing? Yes, sir. I know I only got 10 minutes, but it's resting in my spirit that our young people are dying because we're not obedient. Our young people are dying because we want to live in the world. We don't want to give up the world that we're attached to. But God said, if you just trust me, you may not see what you're going to have to go through. You may not understand the pain that you'll have to endure for a little while. But trust me, it will be better. I came to tell you that if you came for confirmation, I'm giving it to you today. That the tears you've been crying all year, good God, the tears you've been crying all year, the pain you've been suffering all year has not been for nothing. Because when you go into this year, you're coming out gold. When you go into this new year, you have to trust God. You have to trust God with everything that's in you. I don't know who's been waiting on confirmation that everything is going to be all right. But I stopped by from Houston, Texas today to tell you